really, really pleased to welcome our final speaker of the day. And we will be then moving on to final comments, but absolute pleasure to have you here, our final speaker of the day, and a round of applause for Senior Ambassador.
Thank you. So can I get yes? Sorry. Here. So hello everyone, and thank you for the invitation and introduction. So my name is Akaki Mamageishvili, and I am research scientist at Offchain Labs. This is the company behind Rollup Arbitrum. So today I will talk about a paper that we wrote together with Ed Felten, also from Offchain Labs, Robin Frisch, who was PhD student at the time of writing this paper at ETH Zurich, and ETH doesn't stand for Ether. It's a university in Zurich. Maria Ines Silva and Benjamin Lifshitz, who at the time of writing the paper, we are at Matter Labs. So motivation is time boost. That is a recent proposal to Arbitrum to sell a fast lane license, and the player that holds this fast lane license gets executed immediately, while everyone else gets delayed by 200 milliseconds, and this advantage lasts for 1 minute. So we are interested what effect does time boost have on arbitrage value capture, so MEV capture, and we look into automated market makers that are deployed on Arbitrum, and we are in particular these constant product market makers, and we are looking at how much MEV can such license holder extract from changing prices between AMM pool and the external venue. So imagine like Binance exchange. So we make a lot of assumptions to calculate this value. So I list a few of them here. So first of all, it is assumed that arbitrager can trade the pair without any fees on the external value venue, and that is a fair assumption if the external venue has very large liquidity, and price discovery happens on the external venue, and we ignore all the noise traders on the AMM. So we assume that all the traders that are happening are done by the arbitrager, and that's a fair assumption because noise traders can move the price in either direction. That's why they are called noise traders. And we also assume that we have an efficient market, meaning that external price follows a memoryless process. So the future price changes don't depend on previous price changes. So there is a related literature in the blockchain context. So I list few of them, but I will not go through them. So let's go to the model directly. So we have one player that has time advantage that is denoted by TW, so W for window, and that lasts time T. So there are two assets, one risky asset and one numeraire. Think about Ether and USD, and we have some trading fee on the AMM, and these two assumptions I already made. So initially we assume that AMM price is the same as the outside price, and that's where the game starts or the simulation starts. So now what is the decision problem we are solving? Once there is an arbitrage, the arbitrager needs to decide when to capitalize on it, and that involves, of course, trading both on the AMM and on the outside venue. We assume that there are other arbitragers that can also detect the arbitrage opportunities, but they cannot react during time TW. So that's the advantage that the license holder has. But it can wait all the way until it expires or execute the arbitrage somewhere in the middle too. But we assume that if it does not do anything during this time advantage, then opportunity is gone. So let's say those other arbitragers will take it. And this is a conservative assumption. Okay, so there are three parameters that define the state. It's what is the price difference now? So that defines how much arbitrage is there, how much time passed in the advantage window, and how much time passed in the overall period, so that 1 minute. And then we need to decide optimally, should we trade now, depending on the state, or should we wait even further? Because price changes, hopefully to arbitrageurs' advantage. Okay, so we assume that with the given price difference, arbitrageur does the optimal trade, and we can calculate this for the constant product market makers. So there are formulas in the paper, and the solution is not very surprising. It's a dynamic programming we can solve. I will not go through this, but we have one theoretical result that says that if the trading fees are 0 and the future price is on average the same as the current price, then time advantaged arbitrageur is always indifferent between waiting or executing the arbitrage. While if the fees are higher than 0, then it turns out to be optimal strategy to wait till the end, at least with these assumptions. We also simulated and calculated the arbitrage value. So we took lowest time step to be 10 millisecond and time boost values 200 millisecond for TW and 1 minute for T. And we solved this dynamic programming on the given price distribution of Binance, let's say. And we obtained the observation that for almost all the trading pairs, waiting for till the end is the optimal strategy, but not always. So that's first interesting observation. And now some numbers. So on the pool, Ether and USD, which has value, so total liquidity $300 million, with first come first serve arbitraging. So as soon as you see arbitrage, you take it. The arbitrageur makes $5 on average, and in the best minute it makes $21,000. So that's a huge difference. So if arbitrages in equal intervals, that would be similar to 200 millisecond block times. Then arbitrageur average makes almost $8, and max profit actually drops to $10,000, while optimal arbitraging gives average almost $13 and maximum profit almost $30,000. So it's that large. So there are few minutes, of course, where MEV is a lot, but average is, much smaller number. So we also checked other pools, and it turns out that Ether USDC gives the highest value because volatility is highest, even though Ether, where is that? Ether Bitcoin has higher total value locked because the volatility is lower. So there is more total value locked in Bitcoin Ether, but volatility is lower, and we need high volatility for high arbitrage value. So we are working to design better strategies for now dependent price changes, because with independent price changes, there is nothing better we can do. And yes, so we want to derive more theoretical results and maybe understanding how much gains are in 1 minute intervals. Maybe we can also give some bidding strategies in the time boost auction. Yes, and also the last question that we are looking into is what happens if the pool contract knows about time boosted strategies. Then it can set up a different fee and extract some arbitrage value from the arbitrageur. And we already found out that with a simple mechanism, liquidity providers can actually get something like 25% of the value. 50% goes to arbitrageur and 25% goes to some other arbitrageurs. So that's all from my side. Thank you. And if you have any questions, please. No, so Sequencer doesn't care what kind of transactions you're sending. As soon as it sees that you are time boost, so Fastlane license holder, knows your address, let's say. So any transaction that arrives, it will execute immediately. So it will put in the queue immediately. While everyone else's transactions will be waiting for 200 milliseconds. So that's it. But then it's the same first come, first serve ordering policy.
Is there competition inside the Fastline as well? Like that?
No. So that's what I said in the very beginning. There is one party that has that. Yes. So there was suggestion, actually there is some discussion to sell multiple licenses so that there is a competition between license holders too. And there are some ups and downs to that. But so far the proposal is that only one license is sold. Yes. So it will be still first come, first serve with one advantaged party that gets first come, first serve. Others will get shifted. But all the transactions will be merged. Yeah, that we will see in the auction, how much people think it's worth. Yes. So every minute, 15 seconds before new minute starts, there will be auction, which gives this right for 1 minute. So this is where this T. Or in a second, there are 4 blocks. So in 1 minute, 240. So it's many blocks, but short blocks. But blocks actually are not the same as blocks in the Ethereum or other systems, blockchain system. It's just for grouping transactions in, like rounding the time. Yes. So it was voted. So it was, temperature was checked, and it will be official voting soon. And then if it passes voting, it will be implemented. But implementation is already there. But deployment needs voting. Yes, so that's what is happening on the last slides. So that gives a upper bound on the revenue of Sextex arbitrage, what we derive, and that's a lower bound on the total value. And then how much will be bid in the auction, that we need to see, but at least we get some estimate of the revenue. Yeah, all right.
Very convenient.
Thank you.